All right, boys and girls, Mr. Barlady here, and we're going to start with social studies. I'm going to show you the book that you don't have. I'll bring it up close. Then we're going to use the book that you have. Ready? Okay, now we're going to do this one. And we're jumping a little bit, but I don't know, I kind of want to do this lesson. And it's going to be our last lesson, I think, for social studies. And it says, People of America. And of course, when they say America, they're meaning United States of America. We know that there are many countries in North and South America, but we're talking about America, the United States. You know that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. This is it. People of America, Chapter 5, Lesson 1. What does it say? How do many different people make one nation? And that's true because we have people from all different parts of the world, and we're still one nation, the United States. And it says, people in America come from many different places. In this chapter, you'll read about how different cultures meet in America. You will also think about what people can bring to America from other places. As you learn about different cultures and traditions, think about ways that you can add to the culture of America. So yeah, we're going to learn about different traditions. That means the way, the things that people do, why they do them, how they do them. Culture basically is, what makes you who you are. So if you're an American, you practice American culture, although you may also practice another culture in addition. If you're from Germany, probably going to do German culture. The Philippines, Filipino culture. Let's see. Mexico, Mexican culture. Let's see. I'm thinking if you're from Kenya, East Africa, Kenyan culture. But again, sometimes cultures, they kind of mix together. But culture basically talks about, okay, what language do you speak? What traditions do you have? Holidays, festivals, things like that. Songs even, stories. And it says here, America has many different kinds of people, and it's great. It is great. Here I see people whose ancestors probably came from Europe. I see maybe a couple, they came from East Asia. I see a couple probably from Africa. Maybe one came from some part of, Mexico, Central America, South America. It depends. Okay? So people come from different parts of the world, including Australia, okay, and they come to the United States. So, next one. Okay, let's get this one going because the light, there you go. Okay, next one. It says, learning from new people. There are so many people in America. Many of these people have different cultures or ways of life. Meeting new people means learning new things. It sure does. Now, right here, I think it's for this picture, right? Look at that picture. It says, people like trying new things. At American Indian powwows, people gather together. There is dancing, art, and food from different cultures. It's fun to learn about new cultures. And that person's all decked out and dressed up for a special dance from that person's tribe. And again, American Indians, sometimes again called Native Americans, they have many different tribes. Okay, they're not all one people. Okay, the Apache are not the same as the Pontiac or the Sioux, okay, the Cheyenne, Gabrieleño, etc. And even within a tribe, sometimes there can be differences. Now, next one, this one right here, there it is. Okay, and it says, every culture has its own kind of musical instruments. You can learn to play the, djembe, an African drum. It's called the djembe. You can play music with your friends. It's a great sound. Wow, I like that. I wonder if Mr. McLean will ever do that. Kind of interesting. Now, the last picture, let's see. It's fun to learn different ways to make arts and crafts. Making pots from clay is a tradition for Native Americans in the United States. Oh, so they got two for Native Americans. Okay. Anyway, the point is, different cultures, people bring traditions from wherever they come from. Now, Next one. And again, this is Mr. B's book. You don't have it, but now you can look at it. It says connect through literature. Oh, okay, let's see what this is going to tell us. January Around the World. Oh, okay. By Alice O'Keefe. Art by Linda Finch. In Sydney, Australia, January is very sunny. That's because Australia is in the southern part of the earth, where the sun is strongest during our winter. Abby and Kai like to go to the beach. Go to the beach and watch the surfers ride the waves. Hey, just like in Southern California. Today they have a Barbie or barbecue with their mates from school. Wouldn't it be fun to spend winter in your swimsuit? Well, it depends who's wearing it. Okay, next one. In the Lapland region of Finland, January is very cold and dark. Here the sun doesn't come out for months in the winter. Una and Marcus ride their dog sled past a reindeer farm. Their husky dogs go fast even in the thick snow. At night, a swirl of glowing colors lights up the sky, the aurora borealis, or northern lights. The lights are bright enough to help Una, Marcus, and the dogs see their way home. In fact, you know what? We just did, I think in the Purple Books, we did something about how the North Pole nights and days can be 11 weeks long. Well, the point is, this is not the North Pole. It's northern Finland, which is northern Europe. So it's not quite as north as the North Pole, but it's so far north that they have what's called the aurora borealis, these northern lights that shine. So they're so strong that it's almost like daylight, sort of. And notice they're using, of course, reindeer and dogs for transportation. So again, Lapland is in northern Finland, and the people there are called Lapps. They've been in Europe for, wow, long time. We're not sure exactly where they originally came from, but they're their own people. They're not really Finnish. They may speak Finnish and live there, but they're a different people. Very interesting. Now, let's see. I think we got, oh yeah, this page here. And this talks about people who came from other countries. And again, not everybody in the United States was born in another country, but many people were. And these people, many of them have contributed in a good way to our country. Okay? So, it says, people you should know. The first one, I recognize her. That's Gloria Estefan. And it says, Gloria Estefan is a Cuban-American singer. Estefan and her parents moved from Cuba to Miami, Florida. She grew up singing Cuban and Latin music. She won 7 Grammy Awards for her music. She has performed all over the world. And I remember when her band, her husband and her band, became very popular. So that's Gloria Estefan. So she's Cuban, a Cubana, who came here. She's an American citizen now. And her ancestors originally came from Spain. And then they went to Cuba because Cuba was owned by Spain for, man, it was like 350 years. And then we helped to free it, okay, with Teddy Roosevelt and all the Rough Riders and everybody else. So that is Gloria Estefan. Next man, very famous, you may know him, that, boys and girls, is Bruce Lee. It says, Bruce Lee was a famous movie star. He was one of the best martial artists in the world. Martial arts are ways to defend yourself, such as karate or judo. Lee moved to the U.S. from China. He lived in California and taught martial arts. His moves couldn't be beat. Yeah, I've seen him. He's great. Also, when I was a boy, he was on a TV show called The Green Hornet. And he played Kato, who was the Green Hornet's driver and basically companion. He would help the Green Hornet, Brett Reed, to get out of scrapes. So he was his chauffeur, but he was also considered his equal because they used to fight, bad guys together. So, and he made a movie or two, definitely. So, next one. Oh, I know her. Nina Simone. And it says, Nina Simone was an African-American singer. She was born in North Carolina and studied the piano growing up. She sang the blues. Simone also fought for civil rights. She wanted African Americans to have the same opportunities as everyone else in America. And we've talked a little bit about the civil rights time when a lot of black people and some other people used to march peacefully, and they would go ahead and say this is not right, that black people and brown people also should be able to eat at the restaurants they want to, go to the theaters they want to, live where they want to, you know. And she was part of that movement. We all know, heard about Dr. Martin Luther King, who was one of the big leaders of the civil rights movement. So Miss Simone was also part of that. So she's a very famous woman, and her ancestors came from Africa. And unfortunately, as you know, boys and girls, many African people, black African people, came here against their will. They were brought over as slaves. And of course, we know that was something that was evil, it was wrong. But at that time, unfortunately, some people believed that it was right. But many people did fight against it, and that's great. And she was one of the people who said, no, black and brown people should have the right to do what they want, as long as they don't hurt anybody. There should be no favoritism amongst people. Okay, the next one. It says, Pat Mora. You might have read a Pat Mora book. She writes books for children. Mora is a Mexican American. She often mixes English and Spanish words together in her books. She wants everyone to be able to read. Once, she wrote a book with her daughter. Well, that's pretty good, wouldn't you say? So again, basically, this is showing people, we call them immigrants, and they come from one country to another. They all came to the United States. Of course, now, Gloria Estefan's people didn't have to go very far from Cuba to Florida, just a few miles. And of course, Ms. Mora's ancestors only had to cross the Mexican-U.S. border, whereas Bruce Lee and Miss Simone's ancestors, well, their ancestors came from far away. Anyway, so again, basically, it shows us people from other countries, immigrants, and like I said, most of the immigrants who come to this country are hardworking people, and they contribute to our country. My wife, Mrs. Bartoletti, she and her family, immigrants, and have done a lot for our country also. So again, we have to respect people who come from other countries who want to come to this country to do better and to make a better life for themselves and to be part of our country and help our country. Now, let's see. It is time for your books. As I showed you, where the video is listed, it says to have your inquiry journals ready. Okay, Scarlett and Piper, are you ready? And I'm looking to see, is that you? Yes, Sydney, let's get going. That's it. And Jackson's there. And it looks like, who's that over there watching now? Oh yeah, I can see who it is right there. Nico, okay, and also Tobian. And it says, Inquiry Journal, and you got yours, you can read yours with me. It says, what is Culture Lesson 1? It says at the top, what does it say? Lesson Outcomes. What am I learning? You will learn about different cultures around the world. Why am I learning it? You will be able to explain how cultures are alike and different. How will I know that I learned it? You will write about different cultures in the United States. And look at this map. I should say the globe, and it's got all different types of kids from all over different parts of the world. Okay, looks pretty good. And it reminds me of It's a Small World. It looks like maybe he's from Switzerland, maybe northern Italy. That's an Eskimo, I believe, from Alaska, United States. Looks like maybe a South American Indian. Probably someone from Japan. I don't know, United States, not sure about that one. This one is probably from North Africa, probably a Bedouin. I'm not really sure. Maybe, I don't know. Could be Europe, could be United States, Argentina. Kind of hard to tell. New Zealand. Looks like from China, possibly from United States. Could be from Brazil, Africa, the Caribbean, all different parts of the world. Looks Australian. This person probably is from Western Asia, sometimes called the Middle East, maybe North Africa. I'm guessing Africa. Oh, Hawaii? No, French Polynesia, not sure. Mr. Upside Down Boy, could be from almost anywhere, I don't know. Could be almost anywhere, maybe it's anywhere, almost anywhere, almost anywhere. Looks like maybe India. There you go. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead. The next one. And again, we're in your books on page 202. And it says, let's eat. And Mr. B had pasta that his wife made, and it was good. And it says, let's eat. People around the world do many of the same things, like eat and work and play. They also do some things differently. The special ways that people do things is called culture. And don't forget, you're reading with me. Look where it says part. Let's read together, 3, 2, 1, 0. Part of culture is the way we eat. Families from different cultures cook and eat different types of food. They often eat the foods they know well. Yeah, makes sense. Around the world, people share meals with their family and friends. Cooking and sharing food is one way that friends get to know each other. This is one way that people are very much the same. Rolls, leaves, buns. There are all kinds of breads. Many foods in the United States, like types of bread, come from cultures around the world. That's for sure. Next page, get ready to read. 3, 2, 1, 0. Pita bread is soft, flat bread. People eat pita in Greece and other countries. Tortillas are another type of bread. Some tortillas are made from corn. Tortillas are popular in Mexico and around the world. What is your favorite kind of bread? And we got a family here, okay, together. And it says dinner can be a time for families to talk and eat. Unless I'm mistaken, though, right now, though, they're actually praying before they eat. And then they're going to eat after that and talk about how things are going. Okay, now, here we go with the last, hold on, boys and girls. We're going to skip that one. Again, this is a big book. Okay, make sure now, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to stop the tape right now. It's going to be long. So I'll see you. Where'd you go? There I am. Okay, I'm going to see you in part 2. Bye.